Okay, hello everybody. This is my first YouTube video. I'm going to be doing a voiceover dub, sort of play-by-play of this duel I had. It was a crazy underdog duel. So I lost the coin toss here, so I'm going to be going second. Now the deck I'm running, so we're inspired by Yusei Fudo from the 5Ds anime. So I got Junk Monsters, Stardust, Archetype, and Synchro summons. So I draw. I'm looking at Doppel Warrior here. This is a pretty good hand. These monsters are really good, though. If I can get just a couple of them on the field, I'll be set. I also have my Raigeki, just in case he does anything crazy. And now up here, he's going first. He has a Dark Magician deck, so he's playing his spells, trying to get his monsters on the field. I was patiently waiting for my turn. So he summons out a 2800 monster. I'm still not worried. So you can read his special effects there. If he's sent to the graveyard as synchro material, I can summon 2 level 1 tokens, and also if I special summon from the graveyard, I'll be able to play Doppel Warrior from my hand to the field. And so that's my goal, is to get something special summoned from the graveyard, and I can do that hopefully with Junk Synchron. You can read his monsters here that he's playing. I was mostly just checking to see if he had any negates that could make my life harder. I don't think he did, so I'm thinking I got this duel. But my goal was to get Junk Synchron and Doppel Warrior onto the field, because that way, because of the way my deck is built with my extra deck, as long as I have those 2 monsters on the field, I'm able to get to Stardust, Seafarer, Divine Dragon. So here I get Satellite Synchron, another tuner. I can special summon it from my hand to the field if I special summon from the graveyard. Also, if I have Stardust, Warrior, or Synchro monster on the field or in my hand, I can make its level 4. And so here, I actually make a huge misplay. I want to get something special summoned from the graveyard. And what I should have done was I should have summoned Satellite Synchron or Doppel Warrior and had them get killed. But I didn't end up doing that. I ended up summoning Junk Synchron because I wanted to tribute Stardust Synchron. So now he uses this, so he can summon Dark Magician, but instead he chooses to get Thousand Knights, which is a really tricky spell. I do have a counter in my deck, you'll see when I play Stardust Synchron, for if he destroys 2 or more cards. But if it's just 1 card, kinda screws me over. So he's playing his monster effects, I'm just waiting so I can go ahead with my turn. He's loading his field with monsters. This does work out in his favor, you'll see later in the duel. So I'm closely reading. And here's the big mistake. Now because I do this, my thought process was I can tribute summon Stardust Synchron from the graveyard and that'll count as a special summon from the graveyard. But since I tributed it from my hand, now when it dies it's gonna get banished instead, so I won't be able to tribute it. But I do go ahead and get Starlight Road. This means that if he just tries to destroy 2 or more of my cards at the same time, I can play that. It'll negate the fact that I'll also be able to summon a Stardust Dragon. So there's not really much I can do, so I just go ahead and end my turn. But yeah, this is a huge misplay because of that. I couldn't get any real good monsters on my field. I couldn't get any combos going. And since he has so many, he has his 2800 monster, I'm a bit worried. I'm looking at my monsters, trying to see if there's any way to salvage it. while I'm doing this, he goes and summons Dark Magician, which is a pretty good monster. 2500. It's nothing great, it doesn't have any special effects. It's from the original Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's not super crazy. So now he's playing his spells. He uses his spell that destroys, well, exiles one of my spells. That's my Raigeki. So now I'm really kind of worried because I don't have an out if I can't wipe his field. And he hasn't even started his turn, so he just drew. This is sort of, I was a bit worried. Once again, I'm just waiting. I can't really do much. None of my monsters really have a hand card, hand trapped, or anything. All I can do is sort of hope that he plays something that destroys my monster and my spell. He doesn't. He goes ahead and plays nice. Which ends up just destroying my monsters. He wants to get all that damage in. Once again, that one got banished because I already tribute summoned it. He's able to draw again. So it's the battle phase now. I'm sort of doing the math in my head if I'm able to survive this. So if he hits me with the 700, he hits me with the Dark Magician, and the Dark Magician Girl. But Dark Magicians actually. And I end up just barely surviving it, you'll see, with 400 health, which basically means I have one turn to summon my ace monster, which is very doable, because I do have the cards in my hand to do it. I just have to get a lucky draw, and you'll see here, I do get a lucky draw. I get Monster Reborn, and that's really good, because I have two cards in my hand that I can summon if I special summon from my graveyard. So I instantly use Monster Reborn. I'm not even worried about his negates, because if I can't use it, I already lose, so you may as well just do it. I go ahead and grab my Junk Synchron. I could have grabbed his Dark Magician Girl, but with the 6-star monster, there's not much in my deck that I can do with my extra deck for Synchro summons, so I'd rather get like a 3-star tuner. So he's here chaining effects. And once again, I don't care what he does, because if I don't do anything, I'm gonna lose, so I have to do anything I can do. So I go ahead and read. Basically just lets him summon his Dark Magician. So I go ahead and I put it in defense mode, because if things do go wrong, at least I have one defense position monster. So he goes ahead, and since he summoned Dark Magician, he can go ahead and banish one of my cards. He goes ahead and banishes my Junk Synchron. And since he played a spell, he can go ahead and draw. Since I special summoned from the graveyard, I go ahead and I'm able to summon Doppel Warrior from my hand. I wanted to summon Satellite Synchron there as well, but I don't know, I guess it didn't work out. So I go ahead and special summon him. He draws his card, Junk Synchron gets banished. Luckily, however, I haven't summoned normal summon this turn, which plays out in my favor here, because I'm able to summon Junk Synchron. I have no monsters in my graveyard that I can summon using a special ability, so he just goes out, and I instantly go out to summon my Junk Sphere. That lets me summon a bunch of tuner monsters from my deck. I go ahead and put in the extra field spell, so that way I can get maximize the amount of tuners I get. Also Doppel Warrior, since I use him as synchro material, I can get 2 level 1 tokens. So now I'm waiting for him to do his thing. This whole time I'm thinking, oh my god, he's gonna negate me, I'm gonna lose. Which he doesn't. So I end up getting my tokens out, and then I summon Cyber Synchron, Stardust Synchron. I get a Satellite Synchron as well, because I'm also thinking, I already have the Materials Kit, Stardust, Seeper, Divine Dragon, but I'm also hoping to get a Satellite Warrior. So I use the effect. I wanted to get another spell from Stardust Synchron. That doesn't end up working. But it's Ash Blossom. Pretty inconsequential because I wasn't really banking too heavily. So I go ahead and summon another Junk Speeder first. So I want to get as many open spots in my field as possible, so that way when I summon Celestial Double Star Shaman, his special ability, I can summon some monsters from my graveyard, so I want to make sure I have open field slots. So go ahead and do that now. Get him out, and then I'm going to go to the special summon. He has his spells and cards. Again, none of them are negates, so I'm good. I go ahead and get my Doppel Warrior back. And then since the special summon from the graveyard, I can go ahead and get my Satellite Synchron out. And now I need 10 stars. And so right there I have 2-star Doppel Warrior, 2-star Satellite, another 2-star Satellite Synchron. And I can make one of them level 4, but still that'll only need 8 stars. So I go ahead instead and I summon my Stardust Seeker Divine Dragon, because that'll let me play some monster effects and do some things without worry of getting negated or destroyed. So I get my 12-star out. I probably could have won the duel at this point. He wouldn't really have been able to do much to get over that. But still, I just want to make sure. So I go ahead, make him level 4. And then I go ahead, I need another level 4. Obviously, I can't do the special effect again, so I go ahead and tribute for my 4-star Stardust Synchron. Put him in defense. He's on the field, and now I have everything I need to win. So I go ahead, I get Stardust Charge Warrior. Put him face up, attack mode, and then I can draw because of his card effect. I didn't use Doppel Warrior's effect because just in case things went wrong, I didn't want the like 400 attack tokens up on the field in attack mode, because I only have 400 health and he has lots of monsters that can get through that and then deal 400 direct damage to me. The card I grabbed from Stardust Charge Warrior's effect, it's not that great. But Satellite Synchron, for every Synchro monster I have in my graveyard, I can destroy a card on his field. And for each card that gets destroyed, I gained 1,000 attack. So I go ahead and destroy his spells because I already have enough to get over all of his monsters. So I'm really only worried about his spells. And then as you can see, he activates that. So he can special summon Dark Vision from Tana Graveyard or get one of those spells. I don't know. He chose to get one of the spells 2 times, so I don't know if he didn't have any Dark Magician left. I think he still would have lost because I have 10,500 damage, but since I destroyed that card, it also destroys all the monsters. So I go ahead and deal all that direct damage. This was a really close duel. I was really worried there. It was really close for a second, but I had to pull out my ace trump cards and end up winning it. So that's it. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe. This is going to be my first video. Hopefully I'm going to have some more up. But if you enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to try and do some more videos, possibly where I'm not dubbing them over in post, but dubbing live, so you can see my live reactions. But if you enjoyed, once again, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and that's it. Have a good one.